Busby. Some of the clients that he's been representing have been contacted by investigators offering them money to basically sue the Busby law firm.
It sure started to feel like Jay-Z and his lawyers thought they had this case in the bag. Tony Busby is now fighting back, defending his Jane Doe, and things just got way messier.
Tony Busby is accusing Jay-Z and his team of attempting to bribe his client.
Jay-Z's legal empire came out of absolutely nowhere and has everyone's jaws on the floor. His hotshot lawyer, Spiro, you know, the one who's always strutting around like he owns every courtroom. Well, honey, he's being accused of some seriously shady business that could completely change how we look at courtroom drama. We're talking alleged judge bribing and witness tampering, all to keep Jay-Z's pristine image squeaky clean. And let me tell you, this bombshell has thrown Roc Nation into complete and utter chaos. It's dragging Jay-Z deeper into the mess alongside his buddy Diddy. And trust me, that's the last place anyone wants to be right now. Like when you think of Jay-Z, you picture this untouchable king of Roc Nation, right? But darling, in the courtroom right now, it's looking less 99 problems and more like 99 legal nightmares. I mean, Jay-Z's latest legal moves have landed him in such hot water, it's practically boiling. And the backlash? Oh, honey, it's coming in faster than sample clearances at a recording studio. Just when you thought this whole situation couldn't get any messier, hold on to your seats. Because both Jay-Z and Diddy have been accused of something absolutely horrifying involving a 13-year-old girl at a 2000 VMAs after party. Now, they've both denied it. But let me spill all the tea about what's going down. Tony Busby is back on the scene, darlings, and he is fighting with everything he's got. He's defending his Jane Doe client who's bringing these serious accusations against Jay-Z. And let me tell you, Jay-Z's team is pulling out all the stops to shut this down, and I mean everything. We're talking threats of sanctions, bending federal rules like they're made of rubber, and enough media spin to make your head absolutely spin. Now get this. Jay-Z's fancy lawyer squad, led by the ever-confident Spiro, filed to throw this whole case right out the window. They're claiming it's all baseless, just smoke and mirrors, honey. But Busby? Oh, he is not having any of this gaslighting nonsense. And let me dish about the absolute desperation coming from Jay-Z's team. They filed for sanctions, practically begging the court to toss Busby's case out immediately because of some supposed inconsistencies in Jane Doe's story. And here's the truly outrageous part. They tried to rush the whole process, attempting to slash the mandatory 21-day safe harbor period down to just 1 day. Can you believe the nerve? But Busby, bless his heart, stood firm and called it exactly what it is, pure entitlement and bad faith. And honestly, he's spitting nothing but facts because this is not how our legal system works, no matter how many platinum records you've got hanging on your wall. Now, let me tell you something even more heart-wrenching. Busby reminded everyone that his client was just a precious 13-year-old girl when this allegedly happened, over 2 decades ago. And here's the part that makes it even more devastating. She's autistic. Like, how dare they expect perfect recall from someone in that position? It's not just unrealistic, it's downright cruel. And honey, hold on to your seats because it gets even juicier. Busby dropped a hint that's got everyone's tongues wagging. Jay-Z's team isn't just fighting this battle for themselves. No. They're apparently trying to protect their buddy Diddy too, despite all their "we're not really friends" claims, which, please, who are they kidding? It's looking like Jay-Z might be pulling some serious strings to help his industry bestie who's drowning in his own legal troubles. Now, let's spill the piping hot tea about Jay-Z's legal drama, which has turned into a full-blown soap opera. But wait, it's not just about him anymore. His superstar lawyer, Spiro, who's usually strutting around the legal world like he owns it, has found himself in the hot seat too. This man has been working the media circuit like it's his personal playground, darling. From downplaying Jane Doe's claims to flat out denying any connection between Jay-Z and Diddy. Like, excuse me? The audacity of Spiro's confidence is just too much. How are you going to stand there and tell us Jay-Z and Diddy aren't friends when there's literal decades of their bromance all over the internet? Make it make sense, honey. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's legal moves are starting to look messier than a toddler's art project. We're talking deleted posts, re-uploaded statements, and throwing around threats like they're party favors. It is not a good look, darling. Busby called them out for trying to blur the facts and rush decisions, basically calling their tactics aggressive, if not downright illegal. Honestly, It's starting to look like Roc Nation is grabbing at straws like they're the last ones at happy hour. Now let me tell you about Tony Busby. He's the guy you call when things get messy. And honey, messy doesn't even begin to cover what he's alleging. He's claiming Roc Nation's legal team has been up to some seriously shady business. We're talking bribery, illegal solicitations, and straight-up intimidation. And oh my word, it's all allegedly tied to obstructing justice in a completely separate case involving Diddy. We're talking burner phones, fake badges, and $110,000 in bribes. But wait, the mess doesn't stop there. Busby's lawsuit is spilling all the tea about how Roc Nation's team allegedly tried to manipulate his former clients into filing lawsuits against him. And the most shocking part? There's reportedly a tape. First off, Tony Busby has filed this explosive lawsuit against Roc Nation, their legal squad, and a whole bunch of their associates. Why? Because allegedly, they've been pulling moves shadier than a palm tree forest. We're talking about people impersonating public officials and trying to bribe Busby's former clients. According to the suit, these so-called agents were out here posing as state officials, waving around cold, hard cash, up to $10,000, trying to convince Busby's former clients to turn against him. And Busby's firm is saying this isn't just some one-time thing. They claim these agents have tried this stunt over 24 times. And here's the spiciest part. Busby alleges that Roc Nation is bankrolling this whole operation to obstruct justice. If this is true, Jay-Z might want to take a seat for this one. Now get ready because this gets absolutely wild. Busby claims he's got receipts, darling. We're talking actual tapes of these supposed investigators flashing fake badges and pressuring people to flip on him. One former client, Gerardo Garcia, spilled all the tea after 2 agents showed up at his doorstep, pretending to be working for the state of Texas. They allegedly tried to get him to dig up old legal documents and accused Busby of mishandling his 2020 settlement. And when Garcia wasn't taking the bait, they reportedly tried to bribe him to switch sides. But plot twist, he didn't bite and instead ran straight to Busby's firm with the whole story. And here's the kicker that had everyone gagging. One of the agents, Jessica Santiago, let it slip that she was working for Marcy Croft, an attorney connected to Roc Nation. If this doesn't scream legal nightmare, I don't know what does. Speaking of Marcy Croft, let's spill some tea about her. She's a key player in Roc Nation's team, which is supposedly all about criminal justice reform and flashy lawsuits. But according to Busby, she's been orchestrating this whole operation alongside Quinn Emanuel, this super powerful law firm representing Jay-Z in multiple cases. If these allegations turn out to be true, both firms could find themselves in some seriously hot water. And can we talk about the irony? Roc Nation has built this whole reputation around standing up for justice, but these allegations, they're painting a completely different picture. Fake badges and hush money? That's giving crime drama vibes, not philanthropy.
Carter Camp never releases statements. They do not talk about what people talk about there. Even when Solange put hands on that man, they were, "Mom, all we got was a bar in a song." But they peeped quickly here.
Meanwhile, Busby is standing his ground like a rock. Instead of cowering, he doubled down, claiming Jay-Z's legal team had been harassing him and trying to intimidate him into silence. He even posted this throwback photo of himself in his Marine days with the most incredible mic drop caption. "I'm still that guy. I won't be bullied or intimidated. People will see through this effort to discredit me and my clients, and the truth will be revealed. I also won't allow anyone to scare my clients into silence. But hold on to your wigs because this tea gets even hotter." According to Busby, investigators have been sliding into his clients' lives like DMs, offering them cash to file lawsuits against his law firm.
According to Tony Busby, some of the clients that he's been representing have been contacted by investigators offering them money to basically sue the Busby law firm. Busby feels very confident that this is on behalf of Jay-Z and Diddy.
Let me tell you, darlings, this isn't just some isolated incident. Multiple influencers have come forward with stories about being approached by these mysterious investigators from New York.
Investigators from New York asking questions about why they're making content on Diddy and offering them money to make different content. Secret Service Samson, who I will tag below, is one of those people. But what's really interesting is that the investigators reaching out to these victims are also from New York. And you can't help but wonder, are those two things connected?
And if these claims connect back to Jay-Z's legal team, oh honey, we're talking about a whole new level of scandal. Let's be real. If true, this isn't just messy, it's downright illegal and unethical. Paying someone to file a lawsuit? That's crossing all kinds of lines. Busby isn't backing down either. He's vowed to fight back and expose every single shady move in this case. Meanwhile, Jay's lawyer has been on an absolute rampage, filing motion after motion, trying to force the alleged victim, Jane Doe, to go public. Like, sir, can you please calm down? This over-the-top approach didn't just flop. It got absolutely demolished by New York Judge Annalisa Torres. And when I say demolished, I mean she handed him what the legal world calls a bench slap. Absolutely brutal. Romani laid it out crystal clear. When a judge publicly chastises a lawyer like that, it is embarrassing professionally and sends a message that bare-knuckle litigation tactics won't be tolerated simply because you're at a white shoe firm and representing a rich and powerful celebrity. Spiro is going to have to recalibrate his approach and take a more nuanced, professional tone in his court filings. Lauren Johnson Norris, another legal heavyweight, basically said Spiro's messy moves are more about keeping Jay-Z happy than actually helping his case. And let's be honest, it's not giving legal mastermind, it's giving desperate damage control. Filing inflammatory motions and making demands like a bull in a china shop, that's a recipe for disaster, honey. But here's the real tea. This isn't just about court filings and fancy legal jargon. It's about power, optics, and a justice system that's already looking suspicious when it comes to celebrity cases. Spiro's attempts to out Jane Doe haven't gone unnoticed, and people are calling it exactly what it is. Pure intimidation, not just of her, but of anyone else who might be thinking about speaking up. It's giving major don't even try it energy. And honestly, it's a terrible look for Team Jay-Z. When Judge Torres speaks, even billionaires need to listen up. The court shut down Spiro's attempts to fast-track dismissals and strike motions. Judge Torres made it crystal clear that the legal process wouldn't be rushed just because Jay-Z's team demanded it. She even warned that more violations of court rules could result in sanctions. Now, while Jay's empire seems to be crumbling under all these lawsuits, Diddy isn't exactly sitting pretty either. Let me tell you about these infamous Wild King nights. Buckle up because this is wild. We're talking about a mix of absolute debauchery orchestrated by none other than Sean Diddy Combs himself. According to a former personal assistant who worked for Diddy from 2019 to 2021, these nights were like something out of a twisted movie. Red lights, ice buckets, honey packs, Astroglide towels, Plan B pills, and even power banger machines. This assistant claims their job wasn't just assisting, it was cleaning up after these wild escapades. We're talking wiping down bodily fluids, hiding evidence, and bribing hotel staff to keep quiet. And if that wasn't disturbing enough, they allege they were forced into loyalty tests that crossed every imaginable line. But wait, Jay-Z might have just caught a tiny break. He literally just got approval to file a motion to dismiss this explosive lawsuit. Judge Annalisa Torres gave Jay-Z's legal team the green light on Thursday to move forward. Basically, Jay-Z's dream team, led by Spiro, has until February 6, 2025, to drop their argument for why this case should be thrown out. Jane Doe's side gets their turn by the end of February, and Spiro's clapback is due by mid-March. The implications for Jay-Z's untouchable empire are massive. If these allegations hold up, they could completely destroy his reputation and put Roc Nation's future in jeopardy. His image as a business mogul and philanthropist is already under the microscope, and this case might just be the tipping point. As for Tony Busby, he's made it crystal clear he's not backing down. "We're going to bring the truth to light," he declared in a recent press release. Public opinion is totally divided, with fans questioning whether this is the beginning of Jay-Z's downfall or just another legal hurdle he'll jump over. Drop your thoughts in the comments because this story has more layers than a wedding cake, honey. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any updates. Oh, and you know there's even more tea coming in our next video.